Hello and welcome. Today I have another ink sample review video for you. I'm going to be doing Cocoa Shimmer by Diamine, and it's got some shimmer down there at the bottom, so I just need to shake this up. This was another request or suggestion that was left on a previous video, so if you have some ink colors that you'd like to see me review, just leave a comment down below, and if I can get it or if I have it, then we will do a review. So just going to put this swatch down here. Whoops, get a little more. This is a really pretty brown. It's a very rich color. Just pop the bubbles there. Actually, I'll put a little more ink first. I want to make sure we get one side with lots of ink. I just see if there's anything special, any shading or anything going on. I'm going to try to pop the bubbles with this. There we go. That's kind of working. That's better. Okay. Good enough. And I'll go ahead and write the name on here. And I got this sample from Goulet Pens. Okay, there we go. This is how it looks so far. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside under a fan. I'll be right back. Alright, now we're going to test this out on some copy paper. And I'm really sorry guys, I forgot to turn the light on. Just a moment. That's better. Alright, let's shake this up again so we can get all the shimmers distributed. All right. And I'm going to test this out on copy paper, regular copy paper first, because sometimes that's all we have to work with is copy paper or some other cheap paper, and it's nice to know how this will perform. All right, this is copy paper. Alright, that's how this looks so far. I don't see any feathering or anything yet, so that's good. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to do the same test on some HP 32 paper. HP 32 is very similar. It's a copy paper, but it has a nice finish on the top so that the ink pools on it a little bit better. And sometimes you get to see some nice special effects of the ink, like shading and stuff. Okay. And this is HP 32. There we go. I'll draw some lines. There we go. Alright, that's how that looks so far. And we're going to set that down to dry as well. And now I'm going to test this on some Tomo River paper. And this paper is very nice. Usually, if the ink has any special properties, it'll show up on this paper. All right. And if I can find a link for this ink, I'll put a link for it down below. I'll share it with you. My guess is that Goulet Pens will probably have this in stock still. At least at the time of me filming this. I don't know how long they'll have it. Alright, this is really pretty so far. You can see those shimmers. Let me rinse this off real fast. I'm trying to get the ink off of it. Alright, so let's see. Whoops. That's how that looks. The shimmers are starting to come to the surface. This is really pretty. It's a very nice brown with some gold shimmer, it looks like. And let me go check on that swatch, see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Okay, let's check it out on the paper first. So on the copy paper here, there's no feathering, and there's lots of shimmers in the swatches there. I'm going to see if the camera will pick that up, but there's lots of really pretty shimmer. This is a really, really nice shade of brown, very legible, and just a lovely, like, medium brown, very nice. And here's no, this is the Tomoe River. I was looking for the HP32. There we go. On the HP32, the color is maybe a tiny bit richer. The shimmers show up beautifully, of course. I don't see any obvious shading on the HP32, but the color is still very, very pretty, especially with all the shimmers. And then here it is on the Tomoe River paper, and there's not a ton of shading, maybe a tiny, tiny bit, but I think that has more to do with how much ink I laid down rather than the actual properties of the ink. But this is still a very pretty brown, very nice if you want the lettering to be very even, the way it lays the ink down on the paper. And also the shimmer is very, very pretty. It's a very nice gold shimmer. And then the swatch we made, here's that swatch card. And you can see there's a tiny bit of shading in the writing there, just a little bit. And there's a lot of shimmer in here, and there is some shading in the swatch. You could see where it goes from like this kind of like a reddish brown here to this darker brown. I think maybe just the paper, or maybe the nib I'm using isn't showing off that shading quite as much, but it comes out really nice on this swatch card. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and you'll see more videos. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.